Yeah, we could skip that.
Yeah.
Joey, you're on, Joey.
All right. Welcome to the official relaunch of the IDP Lounge. I am one of your hosts at Joey the Tooth IDP. I am joined here with one of our other hosts at Hollywood Titan. And Nate Chi is off for the day, so we have an extra guest in today, and we have a superstar studded lineup here tonight. I'm not talking looks, obviously, if you can see us all, but I'm talking just brains. But thanks for joining, guys, for episode 1. Well, yeah, obviously, I wasn't talking about you, Todd. So come on, not everything's about you.
Thank you.
Hey. So thank you guys all for joining. I wanted to. With the relaunch of this is I wanted to have like a show where we all just get to hang out and have a really good time while we can talk some IDP, but I just kind of want to chill with you guys a little more, get to know people in the community a little more. So we brought up a lineup that is scary to me, actually. To get all of you guys together in one group kind of scares the crap out of me. So without further ado, my co-host to my right over here, at Hollywood Titan. Hollywood, what's going on, my man?
What's going on, Joey? Just sitting back, relaxing a little bit. So excited to do the relaunch of the lounge here. Looks like we got a full house and some pretty smart guys.
And I was lying earlier. They are beautiful. They are beautiful. So, and then looking, well, Hollywood
3 of the 4 are beautiful.
Who's the hottest? Right. Who's the hottest?
We all know it's me.
I'm gonna go with Adam because Adam's got the clean face. I don't want any more scruff getting up in my scruff. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, when you're tossing salad.
He's also the one furthest away from us not to judge.
This is true. This is true.
Lack of blemishes not showing up is getting him in the lead.
That means the world to me.
So we got a comment here.
Oh,
did I just call Kyle smart? No, I did not. That did not happen. No.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
And he's fired, by the way.
I was just gonna say I think he's already fired. So
yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Kyle.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
we'll see you next week.
Far. Yeah, I made it this far. It was great to see you guys.
And right below Hollywood, we have joining us from the Big 3 IDP group, Adam IDP. Adam, what's up, my man?
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here. This is awesome. I did tell you boys though in the group chat. This is very dangerous. You know, the relaunch of the lounge could also be the end of it as well, permanently.
And you know what? It's all right as long as we're having a good time. I think people will enjoy it. I think.
Yeah. No doubt. It was something that I always enjoyed. I was really glad to see you were going to bring it back. So. It's been a fantastic day. Got to play golf, ate some Mexican food. Now I get to hang out with you boys. So just the best.
That does sound like a hell of a day. I worked pretty much from 7 till 5 o'clock and then hung out with my daughter. And now I get to hang out with you guys. And I still feel like I'm hanging out with children. So you are. But glad to be one of them.
Kyle, Kyle has one fan. I finally found him.
Sean, my dude.
Nice.
Yes, love you, Sean.
So next to Adam, right below me. Oh, that is good. That's a good inside joke actually, because that was hilarious when that happened. I was like, I felt for Kyle that day. I was like, oh man, that's what. I'm sorry, dude. Below me and next to Adam, we have Todd, the FF banter man, known for his banter apparently, but. He's also one of our IDP guys and Devi guys and Dynasty guys and just covers pretty much everything. You also are what?
Hello, everyone.
With was it Tale of Two Rivals?
Yes, that is my podcast in year 4 that I do with FF Spaceman, who is wildly more popular than I am. But so I just kind of like ride his coattails in the popularity.
Yeah, it's for good reason though.
What he's actually due in like 3 weeks to have his first kid, and I'm super excited for him. He's also been one of my best friends for like over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really, really intrigued to see what happens with the spreadsheets once he has a baby. So
Ooh.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yes,
I didn't
that
think about
spreadsheet's
that.
amazing. That spreadsheet's amazing. But he's told me he's done all the front loading, so we'll see how that goes down. And today I nursed the worst hangover I had probably in like 5 years. So like,
Yeah, you weren't sounding too great last night.
I mean, I sounded
typing.
great last night. I sounded great
Works miracles.
last night. I was having a blast. Yeah, but yeah, no. One of my buddies, he's up at home. He's a coordinated producer for Ted Lasso, so he's like throwing like a premiere party at his parents' house. So like, yeah, I hung up with him. He was like a cute group across the street from me for years, and yeah, I was drinking with little friends last night. So yeah, I got
That's always
wrecked. So yeah. Yeah, well, especially with a 2-year-old, that he totally made me pay the price.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't care.
What's up? Oh, hi,
They
Faith.
don't care.
Hi, Faith.
Hello,
Hey,
Faith.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Faith.
And then
I thought
next
Hollywood was
to
waving at me. I was like, I've been here for a while.
he doesn't notice. If you
I
don't
don't
move,
even know who you are.
if you don't move at all, he can't see you.
You don't even know we're in the same league together right now.
Next
Well,
to
it's all about
Todd,
me, so.
we have the other co-host of the IDP Nation, Kyle at K Belf. Was it K Belf? Was it 84?
54.
54.
Yep.
Sorry, Kyle.
Oh, hey, no, all good, man. I'm a forgettable person, and I have a
You're better than
forgettable
this,
face.
Kyle.
And right above Kyle, we have the longest standing IDP guy other than Nate Cheat himself, Mr. Orange Man. Johnny, what is up, my friend? Orange Man. I don't even know the numbers. Sorry, I don't know the numbers, guys. 3142.
yeah. I don't need additional followers. I don't care about that shit.
There you go.
Hey guys, how is everyone? I'm just here to talk. Big Dumb Premium tonight. I don't need anything else. It's an exciting new format in the fantasy football landscape. It's going to be the new PPR, so we'll get into that.
Changing the
I see
game.
what you did there, PPR. Yeah, I like that. I like what you did there.
I just want to say, if you've got numbers in your name, you're probably a creepy pervert. I'm just saying.
Wow, shots
What?
fired at
Let me ask this,
this
though.
whole side.
I would like to hear the reasoning behind that. What's the reasoning behind having numbers making you a pervert?
So I wanted Orange Man 3141, which is my old Circuit City store I used to work at, store 3141.
Oh,
but
rip.
that was that Twitter handle was taken legitimately. So 3142. Kyle, what's the 54?
That's wild.
The 54 actually the 54 actually came from when I was a freshman in high school. I got moved up to the varsity basketball team, and they had two jerseys left. One was number 1, which was an extra small, and one was 54, which was like a 3X or 2X. And I was like 190, 185 pounds at the time. And I wore 54 and then I just wore 54 all the way through. So I've been 54 in football, basketball, baseball, the whole way.
You totally should took the extra small.
Nobody wanted it.
Nobody's going to guard you.
I was in better shape then, but nobody wanted to see that still.
Well, nobody's going to guard you. That's the thing.
It's true.
Post ups. Post
They
ups.
can guard me anyway.
Who's guarding the big guy in the extra small? Nobody.
Yeah, they didn't guard me anyway. They scouted me pretty well.
You're like, nah, he's just going to pass the ball.
Pretty much.
Kyle, are you okay, bud? with all the Packers stuff going on, you all right, man?
I don't know. I honestly Johnny kind of to help me out here a little bit before the show with the Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers stuff going on, and then the Bakhtiari, A-Rod working out, broing out thing helped. But dude, yesterday I was questioning a lot of things yesterday.
Faith in general.
It's been brutal, Adam, and I'm working through it.
We're all thinking about you, man.
I know. I'm going to reach out, and one day at a time.
I do think about you when I read these things. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna I need to talk him off an edge sometime soon, possibly.
Yeah. Feel free to reach out at any time because I could use the support.
Just a random Kyle. You good?
I think about
You good,
Kyle
man?
too, and I just want to let him know that I'm not here for him.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't reach out to you anyway, man. Just being honest.
Yeah, I don't think that conversation would end well. I would be like, do it.
It's funny.
Here,
So I'm out in Rhode Island now, and I think about Todd often because this is weird, but it's true. because all the local sports channels are all like Patriots, just the mass people, right? You know what I'm talking about? Just dropping the crazy A's and the wild takes and stuff. So it's kind of fun being up here in like Pat's country.
Yeah. Do you listen to 98.5 a lot with Beetle?
1037, I believe.
1037.
Yeah.
I used to do college radio with Beetle. It was good.
Oh,
times.
nice.
Yeah, really? It was fun. Yeah. I know a lot of successful people that just became successful.
Yeah. What happened to you?
I molded young minds, Joey. All right. I walk into the fires of high school every day. All right.
That's true, actually. Yeah. That is true. I actually praise you for what you do. That's pretty awesome.
Honestly, people ask me all the time, would you ever go lower grades? I go, no, because I can't be sarcastic. I'm like, sarcasm is like one of my key things with the high school kids. Oh, do you think that was gonna go for well? Yes, like it works great. I'm like, if you can't do sarcasm, like you're taking away my toolbox.
Well, the best thing is like if you're a kid and you're talking to a teacher, and all of a sudden the teacher's sarcastic to you, what's your response? You're like,
yeah.
What?
Then you pretty much just like own it. And you're like, yeah. I'm like,
it's like, and then it's done. It's like, all right, whatever.
Now let's grow now.
Let's move past this.
Let's grow. It's good times.
Hey, so I haven't talked to Hollywood since the Julio trade. Like legitimately, Hollywood, talk to me, man. I mean, you must be feeling pretty good about that, right?
Yeah, I was a little nervous for a while. I mean, everybody was freaking out, and I was like, there's no way we're just straight rolling with A.J. Brown as our only receiver. Just wasn't going to happen. I didn't know what or who. I'd heard a lot of Zach Ertz talk. I'd heard some Julio talk. But there was no way we were rolling with Josh Reynolds as our number 2. And no disrespect to him. He's just not a number 2 guy, Mm-hmm. As a number 3, I love him. Julio coming in, I think he eats up everything that Corey Davis had and part of what Jonny left us. I like it. Now, the big question is he going to stay healthy? But, if he can stay on the field, that's a huge piece for us. And that kind of – it tells me that Vrabel and John Robinson are saying, this is the window. We got to do whatever it takes now.
Unlike the Packers, they see the window and they're going for it. Yeah.
The Packers see their window and they go and draft a fullback in the second.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
what I love about it is
let's close this window. It's getting drafty in here, Kyle.
Yeah. When you add Julio onto it, all the guys that Hollywood just dropped, the one guy was like, I love Josh Reynolds. I feel like he's been like a value for like years to have that, and now you have him as your 3rd wide opposed to your 2. That's nice for depth. Right. And I really like the Desmond Patrick pick, and you can't ignore like the capital they put the 3rd round into him. And the kid's a good athlete, you know what I mean? And like he can stretch the field. So like I kind of like their depth. Is it like elite? No, but at the same time, it's like it's solid once you add a Julio in there, And before you were gonna have to throw Jets to the Wolves, man, and get him to play right away. Now you don't, and I think that kid has some potential. Like I once Julio got traded to the Titans, I was scooping up Dez like late in rookie drafts all the time, and then I was like. Oh, that was a cool idea for a while. Now he's a stash, But so I like the Fitzpatrick pick. I feel like he was a guy like pre-draft that wasn't getting any hype, and then he got he was not. And he got more capital than like Tylan Wallace, which still pisses me off. The Tylan Wallace was before.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. That's right. Julio will have turf toe by week like 6. So it'll work out. Yeah.
Johnny, shut your mouth. Oh my God.
Well, let's be honest, Daryl. If it was up to you, Derrick Henry would have 5,000 carries this year. That's all he talks about.
He's gonna break down.
Hey.
He's gonna break down. Derrick Henry's gonna break down. It's gonna have a horrible year. Titans are gonna go 9-8. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
y'all
weird.
Awful thin. Y'all can't afford any injuries for real.
See, I'm gonna have
and
to
the defense
fire every
sucks.
freaking one of you right now. Every one of you.
Adam, talk to me about your Vikings, buddy. I don't think we've talked about that since DF Triple S last year. How you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I feel they're gonna be much better than they were last year, of course. But you got Kirk Cousins. I mean, he is what he is. He's an average, quarterback. I mean, whatever. The Packers are gonna be worse, so that's probably good for us. Detroit's obviously gonna be trash.
Poor Detroit.
Chicago's gonna be okay though. So I mean, they have a good shot at potentially winning that division, I think. But yeah, I mean, good. Really good team. Good offense, but it all comes down to Kirk Cousins.
Comes into that secondary too.
Yeah.
Your secondary was just
Oh my God! Last year, man, trying
It's
to
not
find
any better.
who even the corners were going to be.
Right.
Each week.
Yeah.
Because somebody
Forget
would come up, they'd get injured. Somebody would come up, they'd get injured, and somebody would come up, they'd get injured. It was like, whoa,
brutal.
And when we set that first round pick of Gladney, on fire pretty much. He's probably never going to play again once they figure that whole thing out.
Right.
So just it's the Vikings. You can never get too optimistic about that team. They've just broken my heart every single year for forever. So that's really what I expect.
I mean,
All
they
right.
get Barr back, they get Hunter back.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Definitely excited about that. And that that interior of that line is pretty freaking dirty.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Very, very deep as well. I think Pierce is already hurt, so that sucks. But I mean, he should be fine for the season. But they got Rankins, Pierce, and Tomlinson, who a lot of people sleep on. He's really good.
Tomlinson's great.
I love Tomlinson.
Yeah.
They signed
drafted
Sheldon
Jalen.
Richardson.
They drafted Jalen Twyman too. I mean, granted, he got shot a couple times, but they said he's
more
making
times, I
full
think.
recovery.
Yeah.
Granted, they said he's going to make a full recovery. I love that guy pre-draft.
What the fuck? I didn't hear that. Oh,
Yeah,
my
that
God.
was the weird.
4 times.
Yeah.
All that news. That was the same day that Carl Nassib came out, but there was
okay.
wasn't that like the Uzi and the Lambo? Then there was a story about him getting shot 4 times, and then it's like, oh yeah, Nassib's also gay.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
right.
They got buried. Yeah.
They're like, we're just going to get rid of all of this and just,
It's crazy.
We mentioned the Bears just win it again.
Bears just traded. Yes, Anthony Miller. Yeah.
Anthony Miller to Houston.
God, I was in love with him as a rookie, man. Like coming in, I wanted him everywhere.
I still got him everywhere. I think.
I mean, that's a good move. That's good for Anthony Miller, really. There's zero depth there.
Yeah,
that's
true.
They have Cooks, and then after the Cooks, it's Nico Collins, Randall Cobb.
It gets bad.
Nothing.
Do we think?
That's right.
I mean, not to get us canceled immediately, but does Deshaun play this year? I think so at some point.
What I heard is
does?
that they think he's
I think he
a
plays
very
at some
good chance he gets traded to Philly.
I saw that too, but that sounds like talk radio stuff to me. I don't know.
See, I don't know. I think if he doesn't get traded and he stays in Houston, he's not playing.
I think there's a chance of him more sitting out than getting traded.
Right. I don't think he wants to play in Houston.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like if he doesn't get traded, he's just going to say, "Nah, I'm good."
I think the problem with Houston is that like they just have this like old way of thinking that people like that there's like these huge egos. You know what I mean? Like, everything's bigger in Texas. And like the way that they have those egos right now, like they're just gonna rather just have him force their hand. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I don't see him getting traded. Do I think he plays? I think he caves and I think he plays. I think that after all this bad publicity and then they don't trade him and he goes, "Oh, I'm not gonna play now." Bro, you really need to save some face. You know what I mean? Like, none of this is going to help you be like a franchise quarterback after this season.
Yeah, but if he tries to play in Houston, don't you think the backlash down there is going to be so great? I mean, it's going to be a nightmare if he stays in Houston.
But if he goes anywhere, it's not going to be good anywhere.
He has to.
No,
play
it's not going to be good anywhere.
But
But there's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He has to play, man, just to be able to prove something of like his value. Like he's already been shredded with his credibility. You know what I mean? So whatever. That's a tough situation. He loses no matter what happens.
Yeah. So enough about this nasty offensive crap.
Yeah. This is a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like offense.
All right. So the question is, who is the biggest IDP gamble with the biggest payoff with the Raiders? Coming from Brian Groh because he's in Las Vegas right now.
Well,
Have fun.
It's Abraham, right? It's got to be, or Abram, whatever. You know what I mean, Abram.
Yeah.
Because the scheme change and
The multiple safeties drafted.
Right, he gets hurt. He gets hurt all the time. But if he
Mhm.
does play, like it could really pay off. Woolard has him as his safety one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I also think Corey Littleton's
you
a
know,
nice
I'm
gamble.
not-
That was my pick. Was
I think
Corey
Littleton
Littleton.
he came on really
Yeah.
strong the last 4 games of the season,
Mm.
and he finally
Yeah.
got his starting job back, and he played really well. And
Yep.
he's going literally for nothing right now. If you're doing a startup, you can get him as like your LB2, LB3.
Nobody wants
I
him in
just want
trades too. I can attest.
Right.
You know,
So,
I'll give him away. I don't want no part of him.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
just don't
Hollywood.
believe in
I'm
him.
with Hollywood. No, thank you. I'm done.
I mean,
Yeah.
who's really standing in his way from a bounce back? Who's standing in his way?
Nick Kwiatkowski.
Nick Matkowski,
Yes.
Nick Morrow.
Nick Morrow.
Another
Yeah.
guy we've been waiting for a
Morrow,
while.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Morrow
But-
played well. Morrow
Morrow
played well
did.
last
Morrow did.
But
play
hey,
well.
honestly, is anyone acquiring any of these guys? Does anyone want
Nope.
Littleton or Abrams? They figured
Nope.
any of that shit out? No,
No.
thanks.
Absolutely. I'm taking
I'll take
Littleton
Littleton.
for cheap. And also, like you're talking like your linebacker 5'6". You know what I mean?
I'd
Like
give a-
somebody has to tackle
I'll
somebody.
throw somebody
there.
like a 4th for Littleton to see if I can
Yeah.
get it. If I can get
That
Littleton
is-
for a 4th, I'm doing it, no problem.
That is
Yeah.
true. They're both cheap. That's the best thing about them is they're both cheap.
Right.
Yeah. And I think Littleton offers the best ceiling. You know what I mean? Because we've seen what his ceiling could be. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I like Littleton. I keep trying to throw him in as a kicker in every trade, and everyone tells me they hate him. But
You
I'm
like him so much, you're trying to trade him to everybody. Yeah. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
He's my
I think you're just trying to build his
value.
value right now so you can trade him to somebody.
I do like Abram.
It's subliminal. Yeah,
I do
like him.
love Abram as a high-end safety.
Yeah,
But he's such a throwback player to the old days. If he'd have played in the 80s,
oh yeah,
Oh my god.
he would have been oh my god. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, so I wonder with the way he kind of plays, with the injury possibilities, that kind of limits him. But if I can get him for a 2-year window, maybe 3 at a good price, I'm all in on him. Because I think there's a 2 or 3 year window there. He is just going to light people up back there. And as long as he stays healthy, I could see being a safety 1 easily.
You remember he almost got killed by a camera last year? You guys remember that game?
When
That's-
the camera fell, right?
Right.
or he like ran into it or
He
something.
slid into
That's
it. Yeah.
yeah.
He
it
ran
scared the
into it,
shit
yeah.
out of me. I had him going in like 4 different leagues that night. Brutal.
He plays with such reckless abandon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he doesn't care what it takes or what it is. Even when they was doing the Hard Knocks, they had to kind of tell him to tone it down a little bit because he was
Right.
lighting his teammates up. And I freaking
Yes.
love that. Don't cut those fuckers no slack. Light them up.
I think they're trying to get him to like, dude, we want you for the season. You're gonna get injured if you keep this shit up.
Speaking of Hard
Carr's gonna
Knocks,
come-
how about them
Yeah, line him
Cowboys,
up.
fellas? Yeah.
Oh my god!
We should have just said,
No
yeah, it's gonna
way.
be the Cowboys. It's always the Cowboys. Was this their 4th year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're popular.
Because Jerry
Well,
Jones
you
said,
know-
"Here's some money. Put us
Yeah.
back on."
That's fine.
No,
I don't care. Yeah, I'm looking
America's
forward to it.
favorite
How about
team, the
how about the
Cowgirls. Here we
Cowboys?
go.
But
How
it,
do-
but it,
How do you
it's
feel with
funny.
Dan Quinn there?
Oh no, I don't feel great at all. It's going to be another terrible season. But it's funny because we've had people, the IDP guys pod has been somewhat back lately, and all the guests we have on, we've had like half of them say Cowboys maybe in the Super Bowl, Cowboys maybe in the NFC title game, and I'm just like, no. It's like a diagram. We're in the good on paper portion of the offseason.
yeah.
Mhm.
Once we get to week 4, it'll be total fucking disaster section. Like that's coming. That's still to come.
And
So
you got to
I-
figure. You also got to figure it's going to be a little bit for Dak completely trust that ankle. I know that he's out there playing right now, but still, that's a mental hurdle to get over. Once you're testing it in games. But yeah, Cowboys. I mean, that defense is not good. Still, Micah
Ugh.
Parsons is going to be fun though. I see where they're using him as an edge rusher a little bit.
Yeah, I would have rather had a corner.
They're going to use him every freaking where.
Yeah.
Yep.
So our guy Sean Teague, he says Ngakoue is the IDP to own in Vegas.
I'd give that a shot. I would
Yeah.
give that a shot. Yeah.
He slept on.
The only thing I think with Ngakoue, I think he's going to play like more of like a 50% down role. I think they'll still run Farrell a little bit because he's pretty good in the run game, even though he doesn't produce. He's a good NFL player.
Yeah,
but
Farrell is trash.
He's a pretty decent edge setter. He doesn't produce at all, but if you actually watch the game, he does make a difference. He's a decent NFL player. But what I'm saying is Ngakoue is he's trash in run defense too. He's just a pure pass rusher. Right. Like there's a reason he's been traded to 3 different teams.
Hollywood's insight is so much better than Joey's right now.
But 50% snap rate for him, 50-60% can still equal 10-11 sacks easy.
Right.
Yeah. He's had at least 8 sacks every year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And Farrell
last year was Farrell is trash.
I would like Ngakoue better, but he's just so boomer bust.
Yeah.
I mean, you either get 2-3 sacks a game or 3 sacks over 2 games, or you just disappear for like 3 or 4 games. Other than that, I kind of like Ngakoue. Farrell, I'm out. I have sold him everywhere.
Oh, and yeah, I'm saying in IDP, Farrell's nothing. Yeah. Saying in real life, he's the one that's going to limit Ngakoue a little bit just because of snap share.
Yeah. Right. What do you think about?
Well, I think he limits him a little bit because of draft capital where they drafted him. If they hadn't drafted him so high, his ass is out of there.
Right. They have to play him. What about Max Crosby? What do you guys think this year? Bounce back a little bit?
I think so. I mean, he still produced well last year.
Yeah, he was okay.
His pressure rate was still pretty high. He just wasn't finishing.
And he was like super banged up. I saw where he came out at the end of the year and had like all these surgeries or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he definitely wasn't healthy.
Yeah, I like Max. I think adding Ngakoue actually makes it much better for him too. Like he's no longer like last year. I think he was the guy that everybody's like Farrell. We don't have to worry about him pass rush. So like let's just all watch Crosby over here. You bring in Ngakoue. It's like all right, now we got to focus on both sides.
Yeah. Max with 10 X's, yes. Crosby.
Yeah, I definitely like Mac.
That is so sick though, for real. All those X's.
Johnny, I could get down with that.
Johnny, make the move, Johnny.
It's supposed to look ridiculous. It's a joke. It's from Deadwood. Hollywood, you've seen Deadwood.
I've seen Deadwood.
Yeah.
I like it.
I copied it after the movie came out.
I want the Raleigh fingers. That's what I want, Johnny. I want him to draw the Raleigh fingers.
Oh, yes. Johnny would absolutely kill that. He would kill that. Yes.
And you could just roll with it, too.
Oh, man.
You could just be sitting there like this.
Oh, yeah.
And then once you got it down, I'm just picturing a fedora to just complete this whole thing, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think I could do Johnny in a fedora.
Fedora. Oh, my God.
Love it.
We got to make this happen, Johnny. Come on.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
There we go.
Well played.
Well done, Adam. Addy, right on cue.
Nice.
I want to bet.
Nice.
I want to bet on this Raleigh fingers.
Hey, so Todd, I think we talked about everyone's team except yours, and we'll get to the Niners in a minute. Todd, what are you feeling for the Pats this year? All I hear is the Mac Jones, Cam Newton thing on local radio here. What's your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, like you're going to see Newton play for a while, and everyone's saying like, well, he's going to continue to play if the Pats win. I'm like, well, the Pats aren't going to win. I mean, so I'm like, you're going to see Mac Jones by like mid-season. So actually, in which week was it? 28 days later, I just traded for Mac Jones for Joey, and then I went out and I got Cam pretty cheap. You know, I got Cam for I traded Teddy Bridgewater, Harold Landry, and a fourth round in 2023 for Newton and a fifth in 2023. You know, so I was like, all right, I was cool with that. So like, I feel like when you look at it, Cam's wicked freaking cheap to start the year as in a super flex league. He's gonna put up points just being based that he can run, and he still can't throw. But like his rushing upside just gives him the floor to be valuable, and he's so cheap. So like he's a great play, and I honestly think that Mac is probably. He's my second favorite value out of the rookie quarterbacks. I would say Zach Wilson's my favorite just because Zach Wilson's not getting treated like the second round pick. Yeah. I mean, second overall pick in a draft. And like he's going to be handed the reins on day one, man. You know what I mean?
It's the stigma that Adam Gase left with the Jets.
Yep.
Right. Oh, the succubus is gone, dude. The succubus.
I know, but it's the stigma that he's left. Everybody's like, oh, it's the Jets. No, I'm done.
Yeah, and now it's like a new thing. Like you can't somebody saying like, well, they're gonna regress. I'm like, regress from what? Everything's new. How can you regress when there's no baseline? I was like, literally, their whole receiving core, quarterback, and coaching staff is new. So yeah, so I like that. But the guy I actually think's like a real sleeper in IDP is actually Hightower. Hightower coming back is going to be a nice addition. He's very cheap. He's not sexy at all, but he makes tackles, man. You know what I mean? Yep. And the only thing too is like his big thing is he's got to stay healthy, but that's baked into his ADP, man, and his value. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to go out and like somebody's gonna be like, well, I really like him coming back healthy this year. No one's saying that. You know what I mean?
Just take him with like your last pick in the draft. And
right. And if you're like looking for like linebacking help and like you don't have any depth and you don't really want to give up a significant piece, like he's a great target, man. I think he's in my queue for our basketball draft. I don't know if he's gone yet, but anyways, yeah. So I like Hightower a lot from the IDP side, and
he knows like exactly how to run that defense too.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. It's been his defense for years now.
Yeah. His lack of productivity is the fact he hasn't played. You know what I mean? It hasn't been a decline of performance. He hasn't been healthy.
Yeah, I think him coming back too kind of kills Bentley's value. Bentley had a pretty decent season last year, but he wasn't really great.
Yeah. I still see people taking Bentley too, like rounds plural before Hightower.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. I also like Judo a lot. Judon. I like Judon a lot, and I actually feel like he's the kind of guy with the skill set that Billy will know how to use the right way. Yeah, really well.
His designation will be big, depending how he's designated.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like yep.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. And I think
that's a cheat code.
Yeah, those are the two guys that I would say are like probably the guys that I'm targeting. Besides, like that ones that everybody's targeting. You know what I mean? Like I feel like those are like the two pat sweepers on the IDP side. All right,
I like it.
Guys, give IDP advice.
Love Kyle Duggar this year.
Kyle Duggar, yeah.
What are you hearing about Kyle? About Duggar?
Pretty much. I feel like he's going to be probably like playing that rover spot. He's going to be heavily involved and he'll get in the mix. But they always play like some sort of rotation with that secondary too. I think the best thing that happened to Duggar is Chung going out and like being done. Yep. So I feel like that's going to open up a crap load of opportunity. And thank God, like I like Patrick Chung as a player, but he always is a good competitor. But I'm like kind of happy he's gone. It was time for a change. You know what I mean?
Yep. Sean knows. Yeah. You don't draft Patriots IDP.
You absolutely have to though. Like at some point you got to be able to scoop up value, man. I mean, the other thing too is like you can like I am all about like
values,
man. Like I don't like those rules, like that's like saying to me, it's kind of like, oh, don't draft Henry Ruggs ever again. I'm like, dude, he was a rookie and like it's still ambiguous there, man. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to just respect value. And I hate Ruggs, but I would draft him.
What do you think happens with Winovich this year? Because that was a goddamn roller coaster.
I have no idea. I don't know. That was the most perplexing thing. I go, why are we not playing this guy more? Yeah. Like that was the one with me and my friends, on a phone call, being like, "What's happening with this? Like, why is this happening?"
I worry about Uche coming in and taking snaps from.
Yeah,
because he's going to come back healthy.
That's the thing with the Pats.
See, I think Uche gets hurt worse than Winovich, though, in my opinion.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if
Judon,
they both come back healthy,
with Judon over there,
who's going to do what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Judon, I think he hurts Uche more than he hurts Winovich.
Yeah,
that's just my feel with it. As far as Duggar, I'm not hearing a lot about that or him, and I freaking love that because I'm telling you, that kid is going to be a star. He is destined to be a superstar.
103.7 said he was the next Derwin James the other day.
Wow.
I like it.
I think he's better. I can see him being better than Derwin because he has this return factor, where he can return kicks, and Belichick knows how to do all this. Yeah. He's like a Swiss freaking army knife back there.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of those rookie safeties, or from last year, of course. The sophomores now, but that can make that leap, man. I feel like Xavier McKinney is another guy we could think of, like as a Derwin James type.
Oh yes,
I like Ashton Davis to take another step. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I got my eye on a lot of those.
Hawkins is another one.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I see that Davis is starting on the pub? Like, didn't something just go down with Davis?
Ashton Davis.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't
mean, I
know.
think he's on the pup right now, but it was just undisclosed reason, so I don't think it's anything
Okay.
really too
Cool.
worried
Yeah.
about. Just he's not showing up to camp right now, so.
Got it. I just saw the pup thing. I didn't read into it anymore. I didn't know if anyone had any insight.
Jalen Mills, where does he fit? He's moving back to corner.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that
Especially with Gilmore on the pup, I think that's where he's at.
Yep. I think the other thing what Mills does is he has more value in a real football sense because of his versatility, you know.
Mhm.
From an IDP sense, he's not really like a target, you know. But it pretty much like if they have an injury anywhere, it's like Mills can just slide in, and that's why
he can
was
literally just
he
go
can
play outside, go play slot, go play safety.
He can play anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like he's not a great IDP target, but he's a great piece for your team. For your as a fan, your team, not your IDP team. So
Yeah. Joey, 49ers.
49ers, I love the 49ers, man. And this season, I am hoping is the season. I'm intrigued to see what they do with a freaking quarterback. I mean, it's going to be Jimmy G to start unless Trey Lance comes out and just lights camp on fire. But I love the team right now, man. The defense looks great. I'm still a little slightly worried about the safety situation because they didn't really do much. I mean, Tart's coming back, Ward's still there, so that really hasn't changed. But at the same time, they both, when healthy, play well. It's just they're never healthy. They always miss time. But I actually like Jaquiski Tartt a lot. But Greenlaw's fantastic. Fred Warner just got himself paid.
Yeah.
You got Nick Bosa coming back. If D Ford can come back and even play like 40% snap share to even like 85% of what he used to be, that line is fantastic once again. Like they missed D Ford so bad last year. Obviously, when Bosa left, it was a big deal, but not having D Ford around is huge for the 49ers. Like they need that rotation. They need to have that rotation. Eric Armstead suffered for it last year. Eric Armstead, I think, is going to have a bounce back with Bosa back. So,
yeah,
I'm a big fan of them.
Warner did get that bag. Yes, he did.
Yeah, what's the corner situation look like? I haven't even looked at that yet.
Let's
so
see.
Sherman's gone, right?
Sherman's gone, so it's going to be.
Yes.
Why am I blanking on his name? The dude they got from the Chargers who always got hurt. What the frick is his name?
Jason Verrett?
Yes, thank you. Jason Verrett.
Yes,
so they brought him back on another 1-year deal. They have Emmanuel Mosley. They drafted Ambry Jones in the third from Michigan. And then they drafted, don't even quote me on his name, Lamonier or something like that from Oregon.
Yep.
He's been playing great in camp, apparently. Like, he's just aggressive. He's just getting at the ball. So they're intrigued with their rookies, but it's probably going to be Mosley and Verrett on the outside. K1 Williams coming back playing the slot again. Love K1 Williams. One of the best slot corners in football.
And talking about DeMondre Ayer, don't sleep on him as a rookie. That dude for Oregon, he was a baller.
He was. And
I wouldn't be surprised to see him starting some games for them this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And they signed Tony Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a blast.
That's intriguing.
And if he's healthy, if he's healthy, Tony Jefferson's a straight up dog. He will light your ass up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got to make the team though, because they drafted, was it Hufanga? Talanoa Hufanga?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Love
man.
him. Love him.
I like
he's versatile.
Yep.
I mean, he's they call him a tweener, but like, what's the difference between a tweener and versatile these days?
Yeah.
Like, he can play linebacker, he can play safety. He was the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, so I mean, obviously he's got a good skill set.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jefferson,
I like the 49ers.
He had some big seasons.
He did have some big seasons
in the past. Yeah.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before
Tony
he went to
Jefferson was
Baltimore.
he had some good seasons in Baltimore too, though. I mean, not nothing to slouch at.
Yeah.
What was it he had? Help me. Was it a neck injury that he had?
I don't even remember. I just remember.
I think it was a neck
didn't draft
injury.
him this year.
I think it was a neck injury. But if he's healthy,
He's good.
where you can pick him up off waivers right now.
Yeah.
He's worth a flyer at safety.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, I'm picking him. I'll take that chance, especially if I need help there.
Yeah, he still needs to make the squad though. That's one of those things. I think he brought him into camp, give all these guys some competition because they know they have two safeties who are always injured. So it's like, let's bring in some depth, let's bring in some competition, see if some of these young guys can step up. They lost to Various Moore. He tore his Achilles already, so he's not going to be in any of that camp.
Yeah. I think like I agree with Hollywood though. Like I feel like you put Jefferson like in a deep stash and see if he just wins the job and wins a role there, man. Because like you know what he's capable of, you know. Yeah. And if he bounces back, like it costs you nothing. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you have like.
I mean, he's a
like Johnny says, the cost of a mouse click.
There you go.
Exactly.
Cost of a mouse click.
One of my favorite lines. One of my favorite lines. That's it.
Yeah.
All cost you.
I'm not quite sure if I would drop Jonathan Adams for him, but like that would be the kind of guy I should probably get off my roster and add Jefferson for. You know, so yeah, I'm just holding on to my faith that he lands somebody. So, yeah. Oh yeah.
Didn't Adams sign with the Lions?
They already cut him.
No, they did. That's good.
Hey, so speaking of the Lions, it could be like a return to normality this year. So what do we think? Does Tracy Walker bounce back? Like, is Jamie Collins a thing again? Like, have you guys looked at any of this? Thought about any of this?
I don't think about the Lions. I know
Adam has.
Who thinks about the Lions?
Yeah,
Adam, you're a Tracy Walker guy, right?
Yeah, I think Tracy Walker has a much better year. I mean, you know, he's got the old coordinator from New Orleans coming in who likes to use the safeties in kind of aggressive ways. You know, think about how they use like Malcolm Jenkins and like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So, I mean, we could see, and that's honestly what Tracy's really the best at is like being a playmaker type of guy that can kind of, you know, get after the quarterback a little bit. He seems to thrive as like one of those guys that gets behind the line of scrimmage, tackles for losses, that stuff, but also high tackle numbers too. So he's probably my bet there at safety. But man, there's not. I mean, I like Okwara quite a bit on as an edge. I think Trey Flowers is a nice bounce back as well.
Absolutely.
But linebacker, I mean, gosh, I still have no idea.
That's why I like Derek Barnes because nobody has any and nobody has any idea. Yeah, and like I'll take that talented like rookie with nothing in front of him to hold him from getting a role.
Giovanni Tavai.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just fixing to say Derek Barnes at linebacker for Detroit is the guy. I mean, he can play inside. He can play outside because he did both of them at Purdue and did it really well. So he's versatile. And another guy I like for them is Levi Ozarunke, the defensive tackle that they drafted.
Yeah, that's right.
Those two guys right there are going to be big players for them. I like them. I hope – for me, I wish both of them would start day one. I know they'll struggle a little bit because they're rookies. But for me, put them out there because talent-wise, they're probably better than what you've got. So go ahead.
That whole team's going to struggle from day one.
Yeah.
You got to see what you got.
Get them out there. Let them start day one. And exactly, Joey. See what you got and go from there. So
because
I hope they get
obviously
early.
Obviously, what they've done this offseason, the Lions are pretty much saying, so we need to see what's worth keeping, and then it's time to start a complete rebuild.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Sean has a good point there. Aquara and Flowers switching to linebacker on MFL. That kills them. In big boy IDP, that kills them.
Yeah,
that's
in
baby IDP, they got the versatility.
Boys, are we worried about Joey Bosa potentially getting that same treatment here pretty soon?
Yeah, I've seen him dual designated in a couple places already. Yeah,
you know what though, with Joey Bosa still he gets some pretty good tackle numbers himself. Like he's usually close to those like 50 to 60 tackles a season and 10 sacks. I mean, still you watch what TJ Watt does. He's still usually up there in the top 10, 15, 20 linebackers. So I mean, if Bosa goes, he's still usable. He's obviously not going to be like your baseline starter. He goes from an elite DL1 to a LB2.
And I will piggyback off this a little bit. Now that Melvin Ingram's grown, and I know he was hurt a little bit the last couple of years, and we can talk about him going to Pittsburgh, but on Joey Bosa, with Ingram gone, who's over on the opposite side to help him, to take that pressure off? If they don't have somebody step up, I think Bosa's level drops a little bit more. His value drops a little more.
I like Uchenna a little bit.
Yeah, Uche and Wosu,
Yeah.
he's great in run defense. He's going to be the early down guy, I think, for sure.
This is his chance to step up too, so.
I mean, after
Contract
that,
year.
Yep, exactly. Contract year.
he's going to get every chance he
get that
can. And
bag.
then after them, they have Kyler Fackrell and then Chris Rumpf.
Didn't they move Tillery to the outside?
No, I will say Chris Rumpf is the guy. That's the key, Joey. Chris Rumpf is the guy. Watched
He
a
needs to
ton of
pack
his
on.
tape.
He needs to pack on a little bit of pounds, though. What is he? He's only like 240 pounds.
He does need to pack on a little weight, but his dad is a assistant coach for the Houston Texans, so he knows all about the pro game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a shit ton of his tape from last year at Duke. When he's on his game, there may not be a better pass rusher as far as last year's class than him, because he can get after it. So I like that. Maybe not this year.
Yeah.
But maybe year 2, let him get his feet wet, let him get set and learn the pro game, because that's a big jump. No matter how good you are, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
But I really love him as a stash in Dynasty opposite of Bosa. Love him.
He was a late IDP rookie for me that I was scooping up in a lot of leagues, and I liked him a lot, And I the thing that impressed me the most about him was that burst, man. Like right off the line, man. Like he explodes. I think that he's still a little raw in technique, but those are the kind of things that like you want to see the athleticism. You can get coached up in technique. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I agree with him. I still think that like you're not. I'm not banking on him breaking out in his rookie year, but I do think that like you obviously see it's pretty ambiguous on the other side of that ball, and he's definitely got raw talent, So depending on how quick his development comes, he could be, a good 2022 guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
again, probably another click of the mouse. You know what I mean?
That's
That's
it.
pretty much all it is. But
Hey, I got a hot topic for you. So Derwin this year, obviously we're all hoping and praying that we get every game out of him.
Yep.
Assuming we get that, where do you have him in your safeties? I got him safety 1 if he plays every game, straight up.
I am out on Derwin because
Really?
my thing about Derwin is I think it's about like how much time he's missed and like how little durability he's shown over this time, that what his ADP cost is versus like me having confidence and like I have to play the game. Like how many games am I betting to get out of you?
Mm-hmm.
Like sure, I might rank. He'll be in my top 5 for safeties, but for where his ADP is, he won't be on any of my teams.
Yeah,
You know what
The
I mean?
ADP, the ADP still sucks for sure. Yeah,
Right.
No discount at all.
Right.
Oh,
When
so,
I have
yeah.
all those choices, I'm taking like Jesse Bates or Jamal Adams or someone like. I'm not actually taking Derwin, but assuming we get every game out of him, how do you guys think he does?
Oh man,
top 5. Yeah.
I think he's top 2.
Yeah.
Like it's him and Adams. Like their skill set. I love like the Poyers, the Bates, those guys, but Jamal Adams and Derwin James, they just have this crazy skill set. Like they can do everything. Like what did Jamal Adams have last year? 7 sacks, 8 sacks?
Yeah,
I think 9, dude. I think
It was 9. It was 9 or 9.5. Yeah, it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
And he played only 12 games.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I'll
Crazy.
take Jesse Bates. I'll take Jesse Bates over Derwin all day. I
too.
love Derwin, but the injury,
I like
the
him over Bates.
injuries are a huge factor.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not actually going to take Derwin, but if we get all the games, he'll probably do better than Jesse Bates.
I mean,
I'll take Derwin because Derwin's always dropping past these guys.
Yeah.
So I'll just be
You
like,
think so,
I'm just going
Johnny?
to wait on my DB. I'm going to wait on my DB and be like,
Derwin's
I think
ceiling
that's
if he plays every game
I
is
think
1.
Derwin's
Number 1. But
I don't think we
That's
will
silly.
get all the games. I
No,
don't
you
think
won't.
it's going to happen.
No.
But
No.
if it did, he'd probably finish better than Bates.
yeah,
Yep.
it's just one of those
Yes,
grasp
yes.
and pray.
Yeah.
See,
right.
I like the opportunity and the situation that Bates is in up there in Cincinnati.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
and-
There's no
and-
one.
and this
Nothing
is
in front of
where
him.
Even if you go back to 2 years ago when they had Sean Williams, and Sean Williams was one of the best safeties in the league, even in fantasy, and they supported 2 top 10 safeties.
And they
Still do.
do.
Still do.
They did it
like
again
that.
last year.
Yeah,
Von Bell,
yeah. Von Bell, yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Von Bell's the cheaper of the two.
Yeah.
Von Bell's a better
And
value.
that's
of both.
something.
Lot
Yeah.
of value.
114 tackles last year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was
And
their
that's
best
something
linebacker.
you don't see.
He
in
was.
fantasy.
True story.
That's something you don't see in fantasy. Is an NFL team supporting 2 top NFL safeties. You don't see that.
Yeah.
It's either one or it's usually one.
There was that Cardinals with the killer bees a few years ago, but
There
you're right.
was.
Most of the
you see
of the
it
time,
occasionally. You
no.
don't see that.
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, I've been on Bates
Yeah, I can't think of any.
since his rookie year, and he's not disappointed. And I don't think we've even come close to seeing the best from him yet.
Right.
What are you guys' feelings on Buddha?
I still love
Ew.
Buddha.
I
my
love
two.
Buddha. Yeah.
That's my 2.
Do you think his value takes any hit now that they have a pretty strong linebacker group?
I think
they
we've
did-
definitely
No.
seen the best of Buddha, right?
Yeah.
Buddha's never going to get to that 140, tackle ceiling like he had like 2 years ago.
Right.
But he should still be a 120 tackle guy potentially. But if you look at the game log last year, check out that log of his.
Yeah, that's big stinky
Yes.
log of his.
Big old
A big stinky log. He really let people down. Down the stretch of the season.
Wait a minute. Big stinky log. Are we talking about the same thing here?
Yeah, he's
Probably not.
Probably.
I know how Johnny is. I just want to be clear.
Tune in to DF Triple S during the season. We'll help you win money, and we talk about poop.
Big DP,
We talk about,
BDP,
yeah, we talk about logs
BDP.
nonstop.
big dumb premium.
Big dumb premium kicker contest.
Hey,
Kicker guy.
hey, but also on the topic of Arizona, did you guys see Zaven Collins and his arrest on TMZ? They released it.
Oh, what? It's on TMZ?
They released it, yeah. But honestly, so he was going, I think, like 70. I think he was going like 76 and a 35. So they had to arrest him.
Yeah, they
But
got him for reckless
guy-
driving.
Yeah, but the guy was very cool. Like for getting arrested, he was very cool, very collected. I mean, if it was me, I'd be nervous as hell talking to the officer. But like this dude was like, didn't phase him. So I don't think that wasn't the worst thing in my eyes because I got to see this guy. This guy's calm and cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He doesn't buckle under the pressure.
Adjusting the ranks there.
Adjust rankings accordingly.
Adjust the ranks.
Yeah.
Maybe slow down a tad, Zaven. But I like what you're doing.
This guy can run the defense.
I like it.
I think that's actually a good point.
Yeah,
honestly.
absolutely.
Watch it. Seriously, you'll come away impressed. Like you won't
He's
be
just like, I'm sorry, sir. I know I was going 75 and a 35. Here, you can handcuff me, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
he was
Intangibles.
trying to do like he was trying to do like, come on, guys, please. But he ended up being okay.
They're
I
like,
also
sir, that's
think-
felony.
When you're
Meaning?
that size and you're about to get arrested, like I think your
Yeah.
best goal is to be as chill as possible.
Oh yeah.
Like just saying the word no would be like I feel threatened because you're a fucking beast.
Mhm.
So,
Keep the taser down, man.
Yeah,
you're a
Jesus.
massive man. Just be cool in those situations.
People need to be prepared for
Yeah.
him to ball this year. I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think honestly he's gonna kind of outshine Isaiah Simmons. I love Isaiah Simmons, but I think Isaiah Simmons is going to be the better NFL player.
Mhm.
But from an IDP perspective, it might be Collins. I mean, Simmons is going to be used all over the place. And they'll probably put him in the slot, cover some tight ends. They'll bring him off the edge every now and then. He's going to be used in coverage a lot more, and Collins is just going to be there to tackle, and he can he can pass rush as well.
So
What up,
the way
Fancy
that
Outwork? Thanks for joining us, man.
the way that I would look at Collins and Simmons is I'm thinking that you're seeing like Collins probably more steady week to week.
Mhm.
He's not going to give you as much headaches. You know what I mean? But I think what you're going to see with Simmons is he's going to have like those big games. Like he's probably going to have a couple touchdowns. He's going to have more picks. He's going to have all that. You know what I mean? So he'll probably finish the year like, based off of like points. He'll probably have more points than Collins. But like if you want to go week to week and steadiness, I bet you Collins is probably going to be more steady.
Yeah. And
You
I'd
know what I
rather
mean?
have that. I'd rather
You know what I
have
mean?
that.
See,
That's-
I'm
that's
doing
my
opposite.
Yeah.
See, I think
Hollywood's swinging
Collins.
for the
I'm with
fences.
you on the Collins being more. No, I think Collins. He's right. Collins will be more steady, but
Yeah.
I think Collins is going to outdo Simmons because he can play outside and rush the passer. I don't see Simmons filling that role a lot.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to need Collins to do that with Chandler Jones and Zach Allen or whoever, but
it'll be a great
JJ,
blitz option.
JJ Watt.
Yeah.
Boy,
If
that's
if-
going to
right,
be so much
JJ
fun.
Watt, Marcus Golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're
For
putting
me,
any,
I just think it's Collins. I would take Collins over Isaiah because it almost feels to me like they don't know what the hell to do with Isaiah.
Right. And Price too. Isaiah.
Yeah, his ADP is
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Zaven Collins is cheap in redraft. I got him
Yeah,
like
he is.
in a recent best ball. I was like LB30. I was thrilled.
that's
Damn.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's real nice. Yeah.
You have a guy who's
Yeah.
potentially the LB1 on a team who's
Mhm.
bound to be up in a lot of games.
Yeah.
So, hold on, who you guys taking, Davis or Collins?
Which Davis? Oh, Jamin Davis?
Yeah, or Collins?
Collins.
I mean, Davis is more expensive. You got to spend like a top 15 pick on him, whereas you
Yeah.
can get, 15 picks later, you can get Zaven.
Yep.
Yeah. Collins.
Ride that wave of him getting arrested.
Yeah.
Seriously, buy the dip. People
Right.
get scared off on that stuff. He's always a knucklehead.
Yep.
Write him off. No.
Yeah, I picked Collins over like Davis and the Sharks week, the co-manager week that you run, Joey, right? And like me, we Spaceman goes to me, he goes, over Davis. I go, stay in your lane, man. I do the IDP stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like,
But
that
my
on your
spreadsheet says
like,
this.
like there's nothing in your spreadsheets about this, bro. You know what I mean? But then he said to me, he goes, well, other people would disagree with you. I go, most people would. But I was like, I'm like,
Right.
I like Collins' ceiling, man. You know what I mean? Like I think that Davis is gonna.
I do
This
too.
is the thing about Dynasty. I think is the problem is that like, do I think Davis could outscore Collins in year one? Heck yeah. You know what I mean? But I think the type of player that Collins is, he's offering a better ceiling than Davis. You know what I mean? Like where I'm looking at, like you look at Collins, I'm looking at like TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind
Collins
of like
was the unanimous defensive player of the year last year.
right.
Watch a man that size play the way he does. It's like
Right.
he's your big linebacker with the athleticism to go sideline to sideline.
Right. And Davis is
somebody
Davis
playing
is gonna be a
linebacker
tackle
that
machine,
size.
you know?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
is Collins' size, as big as he is, shouldn't be that
Yeah.
big of an impact in the
Yep.
in the passing game. I mean, he literally took an interception 96 yards last year for a touchdown.
Yep.
You don't see that with
Yeah.
players his size at that position.
Right.
So that's the
Yeah.
interesting thing too, is that like Davis is more expensive, but I'm still gonna stick with Collins. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yep.
I would
Yeah, me too.
flip
Me
up
too.
their ADP, honestly, but like
Yeah.
Right.
the market doesn't speak that way, which is great when you disagree with it because you're getting it cheaper. You know what I mean? So but yeah,
Yeah.
so
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and in the end, it's still just a linebacker, right? Unless you're in like
Right.
a 32
Right.
team single copy league with 53 man rosters, you'll find a linebacker if
Right.
you need
Yeah.
one. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yep.
still speaking on linebackers, Sean brings up a good question. Why hasn't someone like the Panthers
Yeah.
traded for Josh Hicks yet?
Jordan.
Because
Jordan Hicks, yeah.
Jordan Hicks.
That's a good
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Good
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
it's because once they release him, they can get him much cheaper.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty
He
much.
could,
There you go.
he could beat out Jermaine Carter, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be the deal.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking
Yeah.
at it. They're like, sorry, but you're not going to play there. They have Simmons and they have Collins, so we're just going to wait for them to release you because
Right.
they will release you. So
Yeah.
that's what's going on there. I
here's
think.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, here's a couple of things for this year. You're forgetting the salary cap dropped almost 20 million. So teams are not going to pay up for players. They're going to wait for you to release them.
Mm-hmm.
Then once he's released, you're going to see a lot of action or a lot of movement on him. I could see it being a 1-year deal because, again, the salary cap. Next year, this thing is not going to jump 20 million. It's probably going to jump 25 to 30 million, in my opinion, because of all the TV contracts, all this. So all these players, they're going to sign 1-year deals. I'm betting on myself. Teams are like, okay, we can get you dirt ass cheap right now. Jordan Hicks, you're a quality linebacker. We can bring you in on a dirt ass cheap contract. You're willing to bet on yourself. that's where that's why you're not seeing some of these players sign right now, because the cap is down and they're just not going to take that risk this year. Next year's going to be in freaking sanity when free agency opens.
Right.
It's going to be, it may be the biggest free agency period we've ever freaking seen.
And that's why I think Hicks doesn't get cut this year. I think he just stays on the Cardinals unless he gets traded, because his dead cap this year is $6 million. His dead cap next year is $3 million, right? Where his base salary is $2 million this year, where his base salary next year is $4.25 million. You know what I mean? So financially, it'd make more sense for them to just wait a year to cut him. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. So like,
isn't he expensive as hell? Didn't he have a high cap? What's his cap number?
His cap number? His cap number is 6, and then his cap next year is 9. But the dead cap is what's going to matter in terms of their salary. So like, to me, it's like financially, it makes more sense for them to wait a year. You know what I mean? In terms of like, and also if you think about in a year, that dead cap's going to mean a lot more, because like, could they contend this year? Maybe. They'd be a surprise to a lot of people, but they're probably going to be in better position next year. You know what I mean? So like, to me, it's kind of like, also like, at $2 million base, like that's not a lot of money, and like he's a sick guy to have in your depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
nice. That's nice.
So to me, it's kind of like somebody's gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? So like,
and see, that may be the thing.
Like, yeah,
they may hold him for a little bit, and then once somebody gets hurt, God forbid, once somebody gets hurt, maybe you'll see that, but. I think they cut him eventually, and then you'll see movement.
No, if they cut him this year, the money doesn't make sense to me. That's the only reason why I don't get why they would do that. It's like you make more money keeping him and then cutting him next year when you make more money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You make a better value in that move. And like, I think trading him, like, you could possibly trade him like for like a 4th after the season or something. You know what I mean? They get something.
How many people are paying up for linebackers?
You know what I mean? But like, career. If you're hungry and you need like a starting linebacker, you know what I mean? And he's a missing piece, a 4th, or
honestly,
like maybe
if the Steelers were smart right now, the Steelers are going all in with Roethlisberger now. They don't have anybody to play next to Bush. They would be smart to try to make a play at Hicks.
Right, and like, come on, man, the hit rate on like a 4th round pick, give me a break. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're all in,
they just spent a 4th round pick on Buddy Johnson.
Right.
You know what I mean? Speaking of the Steelers, do they bring back Avery Williamson, who they had last year?
I think they're going to
a lot cheaper. Spillane's garbage. Get out of here.
But he beat out Williamson last year.
You got some splaining to do, Hollywood.
A lot of splaining to do.
Yeah.
Just go trade for Hicks.
Come on, Lizzie.
Just go trade for Hicks.
Oh my God. So thanks, Calvin. Yeah, this is an awesome crew here.
What up, Cal?
Nice to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Cal.
What's everyone doing this season?
I'm surprised he's not streaming right now.
Yeah.
Calvin is literally everywhere. Every time I turn on Twitter, I see his face streaming something somewhere.
At least he's good looking.
It's that DLF for life, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, who's doing shows this year? You guys are doing the lounge. Is that going on during the season?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to do it weekly. I think we already have a guest list booked all the way up through the second week of September.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome.
I get some pretty good dudes.
Pretty lazy of you, Calvin. Taking the day off.
Yeah, Cal, maybe we should just have you hop on so you don't feel weird.
No days off, Calvin.
The grind never stops, Calvin.
Yeah, gotta grind.
You're such a damn slacker, Calvin. Come on, you're better than this, bro.
Shit.
Oh man, you're getting the Kyle treatment from him.
Yeah, Adam, what is it? 10,000% pain or something?
Yeah, it's like 10,000. I don't remember what it was, John. I say a lot of dumb shit. There's so many dumb things I've said. I cannot. There's no chance that I'll ever.
They're so good though. They're so quotable.
Oh yeah,
they really are. They really are.
So you two are doing the DFS show again this year.
Yeah,
correct?
it's
Thank
so
God.
much fun. It's so much fun. We just say lots of dumb shit and
Oh,
occasionally
it's
make
fantastic.
money.
It's fantastic.
We made
It's like
some good
listen
money
to
last
us,
year.
listen to us, laugh at us, and we'll help you make some money. It's like it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah,
Get a
I
good
still
food
gotta
joke, some
tune
good,
into
some
Jonny
good
and his
Mexican food
DFS
talk.
stuff.
It's free real
Yeah.
estate.
Oh,
Yeah, so it is free real estate. So there it is. So Hollywood's got the DFS bug now. So
Oh.
we were talking about
Yeah.
this the other day.
Yeah.
So
He's got
Hollywood,
it
start,
done.
start eating some more Mexican food, Hollywood, and then you can come on the show. And then
We're looking for more guests. We'd like to do that for year 2. Bring on more guests. So Hollywood, we'd love to have you, brother. And any of you fellas,
Yeah, man,
you all y'all play DFS, I'd imagine.
I don't play DFS that much, actually.
I bring
be
nothing to the
completely
table.
honest with you.
Oh man.
Like I totally understand DFS, but I just like for something.
I'm
I couldn't do
surprised
it.
Todd doesn't. I'm surprised Todd doesn't.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
I have. Long story short is that like I had to cut something out in the benefit of saying married. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
yeah. I actually joined like 2 more leagues this week, and my best friend asked me, he was like, "Does she know?" She goes, I was like, "Oh, she wouldn't care. Like, it's cool." But like, yeah, no, man. I mean, I don't even bet on games too. Like, it's pretty much like dynasty and some redraft leagues, and that I do enough of that. So
Right.
yeah.
So
don't we
when it comes
all?
to like betting
Yeah.
on things that I like to do, every time I bet
Yep.
on something I like to do, like when I used to play golf all the time, we'd all bet.
Yep.
And every time I bet, I'd play like shit.
Yeah.
So it's like it fucks with my head. Like my head, it's just like every time I try to goal or every time I bet on something that I like to do, I screw up somewhere. So it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna play a lot of free leagues, couple of pay leagues, and I'm just gonna keep enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Right. It's
It,
supposed
it
to be
does make
fun.
you want to hit yourself.
Yeah. This is all theoretically supposed to be fun.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
When you've lost half of your 401k, it's not as fun.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I literally just traded Todd, Mac Jones, and Corey Davis for Juju and a 24 third, and it's just because I don't really have any faith in Mac Jones, and I was just like, whatever. I have 4 Jets receivers in this team, so it's a free league. I'd rather have Juju on a contract here and see what happens from there.
I do the same thing with Sean all the time.
Let you forget this.
I will no, hey, listen, I will accept basically any
That's
Sean
right.
trade just cause I don't care. We're in 30 leagues. Who
Oh,
gives
yeah.
a shit, first
I
of
saw
all.
that trade and I was like, you know what? I literally have Jameson Crowder, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Denzel Mims. I have to get rid of one of them.
Yeah.
I can replace him with Juju, and I have a ton of Todd's capital already for the next 3 years. So
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you gotta diversify.
That's
yeah.
the league that I've been like I'm going all in. Who needs
Yep.
this future stuff?
So I was like, you know what? I'll take
yeah.
Juju. He's still young. He's on a contract here. He'll be somewhere else next year, and
Yeah.
hopefully he can get back to where he was.
Yeah, well, the other thing about that team is like my QB2 was Teddy Bridgewater
Mm-hmm.
at the time. So when I got Mac, I'm like, oh, looks like I'm in the Cam Newton market. So I was like,
Gotta be.
so like that was like the
It's a good
only
move.
weakness I had on that team, and it was like in 2 days I fixed my QB situation, and I'm a homer. It's great, but at the same time I was like sitting there just being like, wow, that like really worked out fast for me. This is great, and I was pretty excited that like I had to give up like a decent end and like Teddy Bridgewater and like move back around in like 2 drafts. You know what I mean? And so like I was pretty happy about it, man. So like yeah, but yeah, Joey, I'm never gonna let you live that trade down.
Oh no, I already accepted the fact I lost the trade. Trust me. As soon as I hit accept,
Yeah,
I'm like, you know
well,
what? I didn't
no,
win this
that's-
trade.
That's
but-
bullshit. That's bullshit. There's no such thing as, the losing a trade thing is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. A trade would never happen if you were always so
That's
concerned
true.
about losing
Exactly.
a trade. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
So the way I looked at it is, sure, I gave up Mac Jones, but I still have Jared Goff, Zach Wilson, and I think I forgot. I got somebody. I have another third. Oh, of Joe Burrow. So I was like, I don't need Mac Wilson. I need an upgrade at wide receiver. I have 4 Jets wide receivers. So I'll get rid of Corey Davis, who's probably the oldest of the bunch, and he's probably gonna go back to what he was at the beginning of his career with New York.
Yep.
So
I think he's a good value for 2021 based off that,
sure.
like, like you're looking at a guy like, oh wow, Wow. Yeah.
Yee.
Yeah. That's pretty rough, man.
That's all
I
of
had-
Kyle's teams.
In a startup this year, I drafted Akers and Michael Thomas. It was rough.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
the
got
Thomas teams,
Akers.
too.
I've
Yeah.
got Akers and Watson in a 16-team league. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
That's rough. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
I lost my point now.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Tim.
we're all depressed from losing our guys.
Yeah, it's already happening. It
I
seems
have
like
not
it's earlier
lost,
than
knock
usual.
on wood, anybody to any crucial injuries yet this
Oh,
year.
you're
Yeah.
fucked now, dude.
I
I've been
I'm just
trying
waiting
to
for the
trade.
big one.
Hey, no,
I've been trying to trade
Knock on
Akers
wood
to
if
Joey
you're
and
with me
Evan
with
in the
no injuries.
co-manager league. Like that
Yeah.
trade negotiation has been awful.
So,
Awful.
well, Todd took the
Awful.
Juju trade I made, and he's like, "Oh, maybe I can try to snake Joey with Juju again."
Yeah, pretty much.
I read it. I read that entire trade. I was like, "Wait, you're gonna send me Juju again?" No, I'm not doing this. What was it? It was
But I
Juju.
Jalen Phillips is in there. Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, he offers me. It was Juju, Cam Akers, Jalen Phillips, and a third, I think, for Zadarius Smith, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Davis, and a fourth. And I was like, the only thing I
First
really
of all-
care about in that trade, really, right now, is CeeDee Lamb.
Hey, honestly,
Yeah.
it's not a terrible lowball offer. And then, like, instead of getting a counter, I just got Bickery. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was all Evan.
I'm
I showed
sorry.
that to Evan.
Are we big boys in fantasy, or are we just gonna bicker at the lunch table?
I
Let's
sent that
go.
to Evan. I
Let's
showed that to
get
Evan,
the
and
counter.
Evan's like, he's like, is he being a dick or is he serious? I was like, I think it's a serious trade, but I'm pretty sure he's just trying to throw Juju, and he thinks he can swing me over with Juju again.
Well, actually, Dave threw out the idea of Juju, and then like when he put it, I was like, "Oh, I just traded him to Joey yesterday."
The difference is in this league, we're
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
stacked with wide receivers, so Juju
Right.
doesn't make a difference.
We are
to me.
too. We are too. But whatever. I mean, that Akers hit kind of hurt. But the other thing about Akers too is I kind of feel like in Dynasty, you're having that knee jerk reaction right now. You know what I mean? Where I'm kind of like. It's not an injury that you're really happy about, like an Achilles injury. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like, you also gotta like kind of temper the whole idea. Like I'll kick the tires and see like what I can get for Akers. But like,
Mhm.
if anybody's saying to me like trying to get like stupid low on him, I'm like, I'll just stash him, dude. You know what I mean? And then think about like,
Right.
was Akers going down? Like, so this is pretty much what happens if you had Akers. You got to look at your roster and say to yourself, do you still have what it takes this year? If you don't, adjust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you have to trade Akers. It just means you got to be able to look forward to like without Akers, what does 2021 look for you? So in my week where I have Akers and MT, I'm like, damn, looks like I'm gonna try to get younger. So it's not happening this year for me.
Right.
You know.
Hey, so what are you proving for if someone offers you, wants to trade Akers? They want you to trade Akers. What are you accepting? What would you not accept? Anything less
don't know.
than a first?
Honestly, I have no idea yet, man. I mean, I would definitely need a first. I wouldn't get anything lower than a first for him. And
I got offered a
depends on-
second. I got offered a second when I put him on the
That's-
block, and I was like, dude, no, I'm not going to
That's
trade him. I'm
awful.
just going to keep him.
And yeah, it's a first plus still. It's still a first plus, man. You know, like he's still a guy who definitely has the potential to be like a workhorse. He's connected to a good offense. He had draft capital. Like you're better off like stashing him than just selling him for like peanuts, dude. You know what I mean? So like I need a first plus, and also whoever I'm getting the first for, I gotta look at you, be like, are you good or do you suck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
sure.
I always say to people, I'm like, just because it's a first, you gotta like look at who you're getting the first from. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like if you're getting a first for me, you're getting a late pick.
Yeah, no
But-
doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if like, you know, if you're getting a first from Joey, it's gonna be early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
right.
That's fire.
We always value our own picks as like 109 to 112. That's
right.
all of our picks.
Right. Like it was funny. Like every time in like so in the Tail 2 Rivals Week, I'm in a 3-peat streak right now, right? So like every time I offer up a first, people are like, "Oh, that's like a second," and I go, "No, it's a first.
It's still a first.
It's still a first."
It's a
You know what I
back
mean?
end, but it's still a first.
You know, I'm like we also have like whoever wins a toilet bowl gets like an extra like at the end of the first round, it's like the 13th pick. You know what I mean?
we did. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, there's a pick behind me too, dude. I'm like, it's not a second. Like, there's another pick in the first. You know,
Ooh, that's
Wow.
a nice
Party
play
Field
there.
there.
For
that's insane. That's
I-
like,
Well played, sir.
Yeah.
Second and a third.
Yeah, you got to
I'm
play
with-
on emotions.
I'm with Calvin. I'm selling Cam for a first, especially if it's a 2023
Yeah.
first, because that class sounds very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
23 definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23
I've been
first,
stacking
I would definitely
23 picks in a lot
Yep.
of leagues.
Yeah,
Yep.
if I got a 23 first, and I would just need another piece I could use this year. Like, it doesn't need to be anything crazy, you know? But yeah, I like that move a lot. What was I going to say about that?
So while we got a minute here, not to interrupt everybody, but Joey, we got a lot of things going on. Everybody does. Let's plug some stuff. We're doing the IDP Lounge again now. Tonight's the reboot. We got this going on. Thank you, Joey, for reviving this. I have to give you the credit. I was so excited.
Yeah,
This is something I wanted to do, and I have to give you credit for getting on board with this.
I give you and Kyle the credit. I went on 90p Nation and I just had a freaking blast. It was fun as hell. So I was like, let's bring the lounge back.
It was fun.
Let's bring the lounge back. Let's have some fun with it. Like I think we talked to IDP for like maybe 40 minutes of the time we were on there.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
It's just talking with your bros, man. So it's the best.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for with this show. It's just chill, get to know some people, and just actually hang out. It doesn't always need to be like hardcore fantasy football. It's just chill, talk about some players, talk about some picks, talk about who sucks, Todd, and just keep going.
Right?
I will eat your soul.
Wow. I like it. So we'll do some quick promotion. Of course, we're doing IDP Lounge. Me and Kyle's doing the IDP Nation. Been getting some great feedback, having some great guests, got more guests lined up. We are just rocking and rolling right now. If you're into the IDP Devi stuff, go over and check out Devi IDP Grind, which I'm doing right now. It's all campus to Canton IDP, college-based IDP. A lot of good stuff there I'm doing. Joey, you want to tell everyone about what we're doing with IDP guys with the invitational
league.
The
invitational. Yeah. The invitational, all the invites have gone out. We got up to 120 players this year.
Awesome.
So that's freaking great. It's nice to see 120 people want to play IDP. So, and it's nice to see newcomers. So everybody you can go sign up right now. You can go to the website. You can sign up for 2022. It's a free sign up. We just ask you donate if you'd like. And it's for a good cause, man. It's all for a good cause, and it's all for fun. Like, you can come in, you can play with some of the best guys in IDP, and at the same time, just learn the actual game, learn IDP. Like, you can look at it, you look at the scoring setups, talk to everybody that's in there. We form nice group chats so you can talk with all of us. Like, if you were in our group, it's just like, just bounce questions off us. Ask us anything you need to know, anything you want to know about IDP. We also have going, first year for this is the IDP Best Ball with Fantrax. So we partnered with Fantrax, and we created what we're looking to get up to 500 people joining this, as much as we possibly can. And it's a DFS style IDP and offense best ball tournament. It's just you pick your players based off of value. I mean, Adam and Johnny might be able to help us out with
I tested it.
Yeah, I already created a lineup too.
Yeah, you pick based off salary. It's like a salary cap league, best ball for the year. And you can find the craziest values if you know your IDP. Unreal values.
And you just pay attention. Don't select your guys right away. So just start going through. Just go through the list. See who's low, and just create an entire salary. You just stay under your salary, and you create an entire team, and you just set that team beginning of the year. It's just a best ball.
It's awesome, and the prize pack is insane.
Prize package. It's $1,000 worth of signed merchandise.
Insane.
So cool.
Insane.
It's fantastic. The partnership with Fantrax has been real nice. They also have been nice enough to help donate to the IDP Invitational. So the winner gets, I think it's $500 signed merchandise prize pack. So
that's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome.
And speaking about these charity leagues, I got to mention, I know, Johnny, you're doing one. I'm in that league. And that was with me on IDP Nation. He's doing the Autism Speaks Eliminators again. Such a great cause. I love that. Love anything to do with that to help him and his guys. still some openings in some of those leagues. I know I'm in Johnny's league right now. It's full. We're drafting full bore. So
I think
there's
Johnny
some other
and
leagues.
Kyle are in my
It's
league.
not
Johnny, are
too
you
late.
in mine too?
Yeah. I'm in Joey's too. I know Chris Beastie just had one open. Who else? There was just another one I saw open today.
Gary,
Jay Mike Check.
It
was Jay Mike Check, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think Gary's got one too, right?
I think so. There are a few more that are opening. So yeah, if you hit up Seahawks Dan 8 on Twitter if you're interested. Definitely.
Yeah, go check him out. He'll get you set up. It's for a great cause. I love anything to help out. When it comes to kids, I got a soft spot for that.
Absolutely.
So long story.
Yeah, we have some guests coming
spot.
up soon. We have some guests coming up soon with like the next 3 weeks, I think, is just guests with, I think, up to 8 different charity tournaments we're going to have come on talking about them.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Johnny, anything
definitely.
special you're working on right now?
I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake your hand too. I love that job. Yeah,
charity.
No. So yeah, I'm doing one of the eliminators. I like recruited for mine. I went out and got people, and I was
you had yours filled in like an hour.
Yeah.
Well, he went out and got Johnny went out and got the 101. He's like, "Hey, dude, I need you." And I was like, "Hey, I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you."
I'm pretty sure he asked me first.
He only asked you first out of pity.
No, but it's great. It's great. It's like 18 degenerate, crazy people drafting all IDP in there, and it's good. So that's great. That's for Autism Speaks. The IDP Invitational also for Autism Speaks. The Fantrax Best Ball going to be incredible, and Fantrax has been so great.
Yeah,
they listen to our feedback on everything. Like we had one little tiny thing on like the edge structure, like who's an edge and who isn't, and they're like, just tell us what you want, we'll change.
And they went right in it.
And they went in
awesome.
and did it, and it was like that's a major fantasy site that did that. Like, that's freaking cool.
They're taking feedback and they're running with it. They want to make their IDP the IDP site. So check out Fantrax, man. Go subscribe. If you want to get into the IDP guys Best Ball League, go to fantrax.com/IDP guys. It'll bring you right there. You can sign up right there. And
I gotta say, Fantrax is by far my favorite draft board too, man.
They're growing on me for sure. They're great.
Love their draft board. Love their draft board.
Yes.
And honestly, for it's tough to find a site. It's tough to find a site that has good IDP or good ADP, and Fantrax is ADP is actually very good.
Right. It's not shit like Sleepers.
Right. It's not
Adam,
great.
what you working on, bud?
Sleeper's good, Johnny. Sleeper's good.
Adam's hands are very feverish under those tables right now. I don't know what's going on down there.
Yeah, it's loving this. Don't worry about it, Todd.
I'm terrified, bro. I'm worried.
No, same old with us. We got a show every week. Big 3 IDP. We got some really big changes coming though. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to that. Also, of course, we talked about DFSSS. I'll be doing that with Johnny during the season, but you know where to find me.
You guys got the big 3 Hunger Games, right?
That's right. Yes, and you're one of the celebs. Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun. I don't know if you boys ever played on the RSO platform, but man, it's the best way to do it. It's a contract league. Calvin, it's just because that's just, that's what we do, bro. That's what we do.
Adam, why's your camera in the ceiling, man? What's going on here?
Because the sky's the limit, bro.
That's right, dude. That's right, dude.
Ceiling is the roof.
It's like a nanny cam in a smoke detector, dude. I mean, come on.
Adam, what other shows are on the network?
Oh God, we got the Big Nickel with John Macri.
Love Macri.
Just an absolute stud.
So
I mean, I think
he's the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, the best.
Yep.
That's a common theme with a lot of these guys though in the IDP world. I mean, you guys are all great, but yeah, we've found Macri who's just like us, and I mean, God, probably the best stat guy we got. I mean, him and Tom. I mean, they're both at least trying to push the advanced stats forward, which is what I think IDP's always needed. But God, we got so many, Johnny. I feel bad. I'm going to leave someone out.
So Commissioner Evan just started one. You got the
Commissioner Evan, big game theory
report. Yeah,
injury report with Dr. Leesis. Yeah, the big game theory with Commissioner Evan. That kid is like 22, but like way more polished than all of us. It's disheartening. It's truly disheartening.
Mike Woolard show.
Right.
Mike Woolard mic'd up with Mike Woolard. That's fantastic. Just we got some great dudes doing some great things.
He is such a good dude, Mike Wes.
Yeah, Mike's great.
That's really been that's what we've done so well. We've just linked arms with a lot of smarter people than us. So it's worked out great.
Yeah, Tim, we'll be doing this every Saturday night.
Yeah, unless something changes, I mean, down the road, this is the plan for now. Right, Joey?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Love it.
Todd.
Yeah, hey, you hurt my feelings pretty bad, Calvin. That'll be the last time you joke with me.
That's what Calvin does. He hurts people's feelings.
I don't know.
Luckily
Adam's got a
him,
really thin skin. I don't think he could take any of this.
No, I'm not happy. I will be subtweeting that ass.
Hey, he's just a simple engagement farmer. Leave him alone.
That's right. No, it's send all complaints to Josh. This is Josh's setup. So I'm just out here using his electricity.
The IDP Lounge. the IDP Lounge was a great setup, especially when COVID hit. So this is something we tried to do once before. We kind of got disrailed with it a little bit, but Joey revived it. I have to give Joey the credit because he's like, we got to make this happen again. And I'm like, this is something I've been wanting to do again. And when Joey mentioned it, I was like, hell yeah, man, I'm all in on this. So
get me motivated on something, man. I'll just freaking go crazy with it.
I
like it.
I don't know. Calvin is killing it tonight.
That's 100% true.
Thank
Calvin. 100% true. Yeah,
that is the quote of the night.
And then he just fires them because it makes him look better.
Thanks, Cal. Appreciate
you know what?
Powerful.
You know what? This is the kind of joke. If a bear's chasing you, hey, what do? I don't have to be faster than everybody. I just have to be faster than Kyle. So, hey.
Oh, wow.
Shit, you ain't faster than me, I can tell you that.
Listen, Kyle made varsity with
I'll run right past that little duster mustache in a hurry, brother.
Bro,
Number 54.
You'll be seeing 5'4" right by.
He got
in my
as a
rear view
freshman to play varsity in Hollywood.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Not only because they didn't have enough players.
Little do you guys know, he actually took the number 1 jersey too, and he only wears that at home in the mirror.
Love it.
First of all, Kyle don't want any of this smoke. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, because it smells.
For sure.
On my worst day, Joey, you're fired, dude. Oh shit.
Are you both going to the expo? I'd love a live 40.
Nah. Ooh, that would be good.
Hollywood and Kurt. And
There we go.
Kurt in a 40-yard dash. It will be like Etienne versus Simmons.
You can make a lot of money. You could raise a ton of money. I would love to see that for real.
Yes.
I would like to see that too.
I'd donate to watch that. Yeah.
We could probably, even if you guys don't see each other, we could probably find a way to set it up.
Yeah.
Hollywood will
Meet
probably
halfway.
find a way to see it unless it's live. So I decide, I'm sorry. I don't trust him.
Todd, what are you
You
doing?
don't trust
Taylor
who?
Rivals? Anything
I don't
else?
trust you. I said Hollywood I don't trust. In a race unless you're side by side with Kurt. That's all I'm saying. Oh, sorry, Kyle.
That's fine. It's fine, Ted. Totally fine, Ted.
Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who this Kurt. I don't know who this Kurt doll you're talking about is.
Sure.
I'm sure he's a cool guy, but I will dust his ass too. So
You got called up as a freshman to the varsity team.
Why don't you tell them the story real quick about why you call him Kurt? It's pretty disheartening for Kyle. I felt really bad.
Honestly, like I actually think like
Don't-
it was just an
Kyle
autocorrect.
brings this on himself.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad for Kyle.
Kyle kind of did bring it on himself because essentially what happened was I typed something in and it autocorrected, and then like Kyle got really upset. So then I'm like, well, now I'm gonna like not call you by your name ever. Because that's pretty much what it was. You kind of like there's blood in the water, you know. So, like,
Kyle's like, "How long have you known me, and you don't know my name?"
I think at one point, like I replied to one of his articles on Twitter, and I called him Kobe. Like, you know what I mean? I was just pulling out like every K name I could think of, dude. You know what I mean? I googled boys' names with K at one point. You know what I mean? Just to come up with ideas. You know?
Oh, that's dedication.
Yeah, there's a dedication to the joke, man. You know, but yeah. So for me, I'm doing a Tale of Two Rivals, like I've been doing with Dave Wright, FF Spaceman. You want to talk about somebody who's in the charity? Dave just did for $100. He and a guy over at the Monaco podcast ended up doing like going over your whole league and like pretty much trashing lineups, right? So like he actually critiqued my team. And the whole like first 5 minutes of this is how he was looking forward to just trashing me, which was great. But anyways, once Dave has his kid, I'm probably going to be having Geds on because I will be by myself. And as you can tell by how much I talk, I definitely need somebody to just slow me down, man. Or like it would just be a feverish solo pod.
That is intense.
Really? You like to talk? I haven't noticed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look who's talking, bro. You know? Yeah. You're so quiet and reserved. Good Lord.
Yeah. My ears have been exhausted since I joined IDP.
Kyle just comes there. Kyle just goes there for the Anthony Chickalo stats.
But,
it, man.
yeah, so like at one point I was gonna do like a C2C Debbie thing, and like just where I am in life, I'm not. You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna work in like mini episodes that go off on the street for Tale of Two Rivals, and the episode will just say Debbie Tale. You know, so like that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna put that in, and you know I'm gonna start trying to do that like in like mid season. You know, summer vacation with my kid, just a lot of family time. I honestly just didn't want to put the time into it, dude. It's just been like good family time with like my kids too, like fun time, you know. So
yeah, it's off season. No one gives a shit. It's 17
much.
clicks.
Yeah, I haven't written a whole lot lately. I've just been like living life, dude. You know.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do in the
pretty
off
much.
season.
So like I will be definitely hitting up. But it was nice though is I've been getting up on Twitter a lot for like advice. I rather have conversations on Twitter, man, than write. Honestly, like you want to have a conversation with me about anything C2C related, anything Dynasty related. If you want to go IDP and ask me a question, I'll answer it. And I'll tell you who's a better person to ask. So, you know, like I know enough, but like clearly out of the six of us, like I'm like tier 6. So yeah, but I'm still having a good time. But yeah, Tale of Two Rivals, check us out. You know.
Kyle's chicklets.
So yeah, I mean, if you need anything to know about chicklets, Kyle's your guy. I mean, Kyle was bringing the fire about chicklets the other night.
He was, yeah.
We finally got Kyle like to do podcasts for us. We just need Z-Mags to do it now too. So Kyle, what are you working on this year?
Man. Just writing a few things here or there when I get time, and then during the year I'll be doing the waiver wire article coming out on Tuesdays, IDP waiver wire, and recording with Hollywood, my buddy Hollywood. So
until you're fired again.
Until I get fired again. Yeah, my bud. No, yeah, that's about it. Just kind of writing here or there, and doing some rankings too for the site. So you know, can pretty much adjust those every 15 seconds if I really wanted to.
Yeah,
right.
I hate rankings.
Yep.
Can't stand them.
It's brutal.
I have 6 lists now on IDP, guys.
Oh my god, rankings is a dirty word.
Oh, it's horrible. It hurts my soul.
Oh my god.
Have you guys
the top
seen
700 combined, the freaking Davy rankings?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
have you guys seen what I did with my C2C? Where I had like the little notes after every player, like it would be a drop, it would give like a little that.
Yeah,
that was an awful idea. Like it was a great idea. Like when I did the first like 100, But once I got to 200, I was like
this sucks.
This is too much.
Wait,
I want to tell you.
Were you doing that to like tell people why you have them ranked where you have them ranked?
It was pretty much kind of like a snapshot because I feel like in C2C, like a lot of guys where you get into them, like, you know, it might be like early exposure. You know what I'm saying? So like you're pretty much like highlighting like that. So like, and the other thing with C2C rankings, I was trying to explain to people is like once you get down to like, you know, 120-ish range, you can start looking at just college heavy guys. You know what I mean? Like you're like, and once you get to like 120, like, and you're starting to talk about NFL potential, you're throwing darts. You know what I mean? So like, or you can just pick a freshman, which is like a great dart because they're all darts. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
You know,
so
I'm
like,
glad you said that.
You got to give some context,
I mean, like,
you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Throwing darts at freshmen. Once you get to that 125, 150 range, I mean, aren't you kind of? I find myself kind of transitioning to like incoming freshmen, those top elite prospects. That's kind of where I'm looking at.
I always have like my tier 1 freshman that I'll probably look for in the first 6 rounds, and then I'll wait. You know what I mean? So like I would say like Hall, Henderson. Caleb Williams, those are like those guys I'm reaching on. Otherwise, I'm waiting. Like, I'll throw one Devy thing out there. The guy that I love that's going pretty late in Devy drafts is Xavier Worthy at Texas. Kid is a speed demon. He looks exactly what everybody wants in the NFL right now. You know what I mean? So, like, he's got like great potential, and he's going to be in that Shark offense. So I'll stop because it's the IDP Lounge, you know. But if anyone wants to talk Devy, I'm like sitting here just doing it.
We got a Devy question actually for our first show.
Right, and that's the future of all this is Devy, by the way. Like
we got one DM question for this show. It came from Debbie Dietz, Austin. It's about, now don't kill me if I get this wrong. I'm horrible with names. Defewan Ulafosio.
I'm not
linebacker
telling Davy Dietz anything because he's in a campus to Canton IDP startup league with me and Banterman. I'm not telling Davy Dietz anything. He can go big for his own.
So all right, let me give you his question. His question is, I've heard some imply that he doesn't have the athletic ability to be an early round pick, but every time I've watched him, I thought he was a very good athlete for the position. Any thoughts on his future?
Absolutely. 3rd round capital. Take him in the 3rd round.
Yeah,
that's the round we're on right now.
Yeah,
take him in the 3rd round. Take him with your next pick. I actually, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've heard that. I think that he's all around. I think with a player like that, I don't think he's not a freak athlete. You know what I mean? Like he's solid. You know what I mean?
He reminds me a lot of like a Dre Greenlaw. The guy he has great mental processing. He does a lot of things well, but he's not explosive. But he will be I can easily see him being a NFL starter.
So, I think he's got a pretty good feel from what I saw out there too. Mm-hmm. He's built. He's like probably 6 foot 230-ish range. Yeah, so pretty stocky. And I mean,
I looked into him a little bit, and so PFF. I know it's PFF, but they had him. They had it with a coverage grade, a pass rush grade, and a grade against the run, all over 82, which no other Power 5 conference player did. He's the only player to do that. He only had a 5.4% missed tackle rate. He had 83 tackles in his last 8 games. It's like, damn.
Yeah, damn. Sheesh. 10 a game.
So I like him. I just think that like what you're looking at him is probably more like middle, like, you know, possibly like at the end of like, you know, the top 10 of like a linebacker prospect for like guys coming that are eligible for next year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you know, there's a lot of linebackers I like more than him in Devy, and I'll keep that to myself for now. As Austin's asking.
I mean, it's such a deep position with the COVID thing, extra year of eligibility.
Yep.
I honestly think with this extra year of eligibility, there's going to be this year and next year, maybe even that 3rd year a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of a log jam.
Yep.
It's going to be tough. I mean, I like him. You know, if you can get him as an LB2, I like him a lot. You know, from what I've seen, I've heard some good things. If you can get him as an LB2, I think you're doing
that.
Excellent.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Because I'm saying, like, you know, when you're looking at him in that range, like in like that top LB2 group, I like that call. That's a good call.
Right.
Yeah. You know, actually, with the eligibility, that the guy that really messes me with this, and he's like my favorite value for QB is Grayson McCall. You know what I mean? Like you see the Malik Willis, like the Malik Willis, like hype because he's just like such an unbelievable runner. McCall can run too, and he's a better thrower. You know what I mean? Just so efficient. But
he's legit.
He could play for 4 more years. You know, at Coastal Carolina, or he could come out this year.
Yes, he can. Yes.
So, like, it's wild, but that's why he's awesome for C2C. You know what I mean? If he stays at Coastal Carolina, he's gonna dominate on the college side. But I think he has I said his ceiling is like first round easily. He's got a first round ceiling as a QB. Everyone's like, "Well, I don't think he's gonna go in the first round." I'm like, I said ceiling, dude, ceiling. If he goes beyond what he goes beyond, you know, I'd say he's at least a day 2 pick if he continues to do what he did. Kid's nice.
Yeah,
man.
I think so too. I think
last year's
day
Cure
2,
was
I think that's
epic.
perfect with him.
Yeah, epic Cure Bowl. Like, if no one saw the Cure Bowl last year, go find the replay of that and watch it. It was unbelievable. Like Coastal Carolina Liberty, it was epic. Great game.
It was.
Oh yeah.
When did you ever hear that? Coastal Carolina and Liberty was epic.
Oh, you'll hear it again this year.
No, I know.
Only on the IDP Lounge, baby.
IDP Lounge, yes.
Hey, no,
yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready for a regular college season this year.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Hopefully it happens.
I am too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Fingers crossed, fellas. Well,
It'll happen.
it will happen. And I want to thank you all coming on here. It's been great.
Yes.
I myself will need to go to bed pretty soon because I will have a toddler waking up soon. Hopefully not, but she's in a bit of a sleep regression. She's been waking up a little bit at night. It's driving me nuts. But
Ride the wave, baby.
I know. I know. It's like every like third or fourth night she'll wake up into the middle of the night just to have somebody go in there, hold her for a little bit. She goes back to sleep and like, son of a bitch.
Let's do another 2 hours, boys. Another 2 hours. I can do another 2 hours.
But
You know
I
what?
want to
I'm
thank you all
game.
for coming on and doing a
I'm
relaunch
here.
with this for us. I really do.
Yeah,
I
I'm here.
appreciate it. It's fun as hell. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Great chemistry with guys. I mean, literally,
Yes.
I thought we were going to talk less IDP, but we talked IDP for pretty much the entire time.
That was
So
surprising.
No.
Not as much Big Dumb Premium as I was hoping, but that's okay.
I mean, if you want to quickly talk about the BDP, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah. So,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Big Dumb Premium, exciting new format in fantasy football, where bonus points if you crap your pants on the field or run off the field and take a dump at
There it
halftime,
is.
like
Lamar
There's the
Jackson.
poop talk
Yeah,
I
like
was
Lamar
waiting
Jackson.
for.
Yeah. Adam, we got Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is now the 103. That was huge news this week. Huge.
Love that. Right behind Odell. So yeah, I mean,
right behind Odell. Yeah.
we're hoping just more guys shit themselves.
Yep.
Dude, somebody put something on Twitter saying, with a GIF, explain your feelings on Odell Beckham. I'm like, I'm not clicking on that. I was like, I am not clicking on that. Could turn out horrible. And I looked and I was like, and surprisingly, I didn't see anything. I was like,
What?
well, that's not fun. I was like, what do I do here? What do I do here? I held back, but I was like, I really like, am I going to be that guy? Should I be that guy that does it? I mean, how has everybody missed this? I mean, the opportunity's there. I almost just did the soft serve GIF and just left.
That one's so gross.
But again, yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you coming on.
Thanks for having us, dude.
You guys
No,
are some
it's
of my
fun,
favorites to talk with.
I'm happy you brought the lounge back, man. That's it's gonna be awesome. You got a great lineup set up. Through the next couple months, man, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to come back on, hit me up. I would love to have you on anytime.
Absolutely, man. I'll hit you up and I'll give you juju again too.
Yeah, bad juju. That's all you bring is bad juju.
That was harsh.
That's where we're gonna draw the line is bad juju. Really? All we've talked about bad juju. You can't talk about bad juju. It's just
You can't talk about that. Juju.
Karma's bad, man. Don't talk karma.
Don't talk about my karma.
Fuck your karma.
All right.
All right. Well, I don't know about you fellas, but I am going to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm out of here too.
Gentlemen,
good stuff.
Pleasure.
Yeah, so before we jump off, tell them what you're working on. We'll go around the horn.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's make it an actual show, huh?
We just did
Thank you, Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think we just did this, Hollywood.
Yeah. We
Well,
just
we
went all the
did,
way
but I
around.
mean, we talked about some
Okay, all right.
invitational
I
stuff.
got you.
You're writing stuff. Adam, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Big3idp.com at Big3idp. If you're looking for Manscaped products at manscaped.com, use promo code Big3idp. So
Yes.
that's me.
Nice.
Todd, you're up.
I am at FF_Banterman on Twitter. Hit me up for like any talk about C2C, Devi, Dynasty, any trash to talk about Joey. I'm there, man. You know what I mean? Joey, you might have to bring back our trash talk videos for the IDP Invitational also. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about those.
Yeah, those were fun, man.
Yeah.
Joey like just doing his in the shadows. It was great. But yeah, definitely check me out.
Try to be creepy about it.
You don't have to try very hard, bro. You check
That's a compliment. I take that as a compliment.
You should. It's a skill. FF Spaceman and me are over at Taylor 2 Rivals. Always feel free to hit us up, and it's always a pleasure, boys. You find my writing over at IDP,
Awesome.
guys.
Kyle, you're up. Don't screw this up, Kyle. Don't screw this up.
I'm you'll learn I disappoint pretty well. So
you do.
So you already know. You can find me on Twitter at KBell54. Always DMs always open. If you have any questions, happy to help. All my writings over at idpguys.org. Got some rankings there, and you can find me hanging out with Daryl on IDP Nation, where we talk IDP nonsense, and I get fired probably over under. I got to be 12-13 at this point per show. So, but yeah, that's what I got going. It's got to be close to that. But yeah, thanks for having me on, and I'm happy. Like I said before, happy to Lounge is back, and looking forward to tuning in on Saturdays. Man, this is good.
Hell yeah!
Awesome,
Yeah.
Johnny, my man. You're
Awesome. Hey, so you can find me at idpguys.org. I write The Monster. I write Jonny the Greek's Cornerback's Corner. I write whatever the hell I feel like because I'm like a co-founder.
up.
And I don't have to follow the rules, so I do what I want. I'm
like
at OrangeMan3142, yeah, on Twitter. Hit me up if you want to talk Big Dumb Premium, or to a lesser extent, fantasy football IDP. Thanks for having me on.
I'm Joey the Tooth IDP. I'm going to be doing the lounge every Saturday with Hollywood and Nate when Nate comes back. Hope you had fun in Boston, Nate. I'm helping all the IDP guys at work out. I'm helping everybody get all their weekly content. I mean, Johnny does his thing. Johnny does his thing. I don't even need to talk to Johnny. Johnny, you do your thing, and it's a freaking huge. How big is the monster? It's like 13,000 words. 15
to 17,000 each week.
And it's fire, man. That is fire.
Animal, Johnny.
It is an animal.
He's an animal.
I mean, I really pretty much just worked really hard to make sure Kyle gets his work done because he disappoints, as you all know. But
it's true.
I don't really have too much of my own weekly content. It's more or less I find something to write on and then I just go with it. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. That and the lounge is my thing. I got the new rankings tool out on idpguys.org, put in over 400 IDP projections. And then we now also have offense projections. So now we have a rankings tool that combines offense and IDP. You put in your scoring setup, and then it sets a combined rankings tool for you.
Ooh,
that's huge.
Awesome.
Yep.
So cool.
So that's what I've been working on this off season. And I get to co-host every week with freaking Hollywood.
That's right. Hey,
it's exciting.
You gotta give the people what they want, man. I mean, hey. Yes, Ahmad, we are doing this live. We'll be doing this every Saturday night at 9:00, so be sure to tune in.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, yes, because what other time zone is there? I mean,
there is no other.
Hey, Central over here, boys. Watch your mouse.
Our country 301.
Don't you get me and Adam fired up. We're on Central.
You know what? Central time is like the minor leagues of baseball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me and Adam will not stand for this such a time slander.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You
I'm
ain't
just
too
saying.
far from me, Hollywood.
Shout out Lamont. What's up, Lamont?
Hell yeah, man. We'll
Oh,
see you next
shoot.
week, Ahmad.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you. Tune in, spread the word. You can check me out at Hollywood Titan on Twitter. Check me out at IDP Guys with Joey, Johnny, sometimes Kyle. You know,
forget
that's where
Todd.
we do all of our writing. Yeah.
Todd's there
forget
too.
Tom.
Yeah, Todd. Oh, yeah.
Tom,
Todd.
yeah, Tom.
Don't forget Tom.
Tom.
I get Tom all the
Todd,
time. I'm
Tim.
cool with it.
I don't even
Banter.
know who he is. But anyway.
Banter.
Yeah, banter. Banter. Yeah, whatever.
Banter.
Check out the rankings that we all do. I do the IDP Devi Top 100 rankings. If you're into that, check that out. That's, Johnny does the monster for cornerbacks. IDP Devi rankings. That's right there with it. But be sure to check that out. IDP Nation, me and Kyle. Devi IDP Grind. If you're in the IDP Campus to Canton or College leagues, check that out. Man, we're everywhere. We do everything, and we thank everyone for listening and tuning in tonight. Man, guys, we killed it tonight. I think for the first episode.
Yeah.
There's
it's
actually
awesome.
one thing I forgot about for our ranking. So over at the IDP guys, we're working on consensus Devi rankings for the offensive side for 2022 class, 2023, and 2024.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
those are broke down, and my C2C rankings will be up to 200, top 200 soon. So
Those Devi
at
rankings are
175.
awesome.
Yeah. So so definitely come in.
Oh shoot!
By the way, I was just in a Devi mock with Todd, and I used his rankings. And he applauded like 3 of my picks. He's like, "That's actually great value there." And I want to be like, "Well, thank you." Seriously, thank you.
Shout out Lamont. Love you, buddy.
Yes.
All right, let's wrap this shit up. I got things to do.
Later, Jack.
Oh, geez. I mean, Johnny's
Defenseman's championships, my man.
Johnny's like, I got shit to do, and he literally means he's got shit to do. I mean,
All right, thanks, fellas. Have a good night.
All right. You too, man.
thank y'all, guys.
See ya.
See you
All right,
guys.
guys. Take it
Later.
easy.
Later.
Later. Tighten up.
Peace, boys.
Later,
See you,
man.
Eddie.
Are we still live?